We're the Dallas Cowboys Cheerleaders.
And welcome to the Cowboys Christmas Extravaganza.
Hi Allure, my name is Kylie. This is my 4th season as Dallas Cowboys Cheerleader and my 3rd season doing Christmas shows.
Hi Allure, my name is McKenna. I've been a Dallas Cowboys Cheerleader for 3 seasons and this is my 2nd season doing Christmas shows.
Okay, so I actually do my hair the night before every single time. I give a full wash, dry, blow dry, and curl the night before because otherwise my hair just won't keep up while I'm dancing. So this is actually from last night. I curl it pretty tight and then it loosens up and ends up being the perfect loose curl.
I always start with my hair because I have naturally curly hair, so I feel like I kind of have to wrangle it to get the curls to stay and keep my natural curls at bay while I'm dancing. So I will curl it with a really like 1.25 inch, nothing crazy, and then I'll let it sit for the entire time while I do my makeup, and then I'll wait to brush it out, and I feel like that helps it kind of set and then stay curled while I'm dancing.
For makeup, I always just do a moisturizer. This is a pretty thick one because it's wintry and really cold, so I'm like scraping it, but we don't usually dance outside much, but for the Christmas show, we dance outside, so we have to have more hydration for the weather. I like a glowier base, and for Christmas show, we actually get to have a little bit more freedom with our makeup. We can wear a red lip and a little more glowy because it's a shorter show. It's only really like 20 minutes.
Because we're outside, I feel like it's harder to keep your hair voluminized. We all kind of tease our hair more or less depending on the appearance or show. So I would say for Christmas shows, since it's so fast and so quick, you kind of just like tease it up as much as you can and then try to keep the style to stay curled by the finale when it's windy and humid outside.
We learned so much about makeup just because we're photographed so much. Like you'll do a game and you'll try something new and the photographs will come back and you'll be like, oh, never gonna do that again. But we've learned a lot in 4 years. I feel like I've kind of started to perfect everything to be happy with my photos and my videos.
We kind of haven't really had an off season as of 2025 and it looks like 2026 might be similar. So I'm a big fan of hair masks and I like to sleep in them. So when I'll have my hair curled and styled for multiple days straight, I feel like it's super, super dry. And then I also swear by water filters in your shower. That's something that I try to put literally every single one of my teammates on.
I like to do warmer tone first and then I kind of carve out with a cooler tone. And I like to do heavy contour because we have really, really bright lights on us that kind of make you look really flat. So if you want to look like you have a smaller forehead and high cheekbones, you have to kind of carve it out a lot.
I would definitely say we kind of have the DCC voluminous curls because you want your curls to show up and stay curled during pictures, but you also want it to have a lot of volume and kind of bounciness. And I also think it makes your hair look cooler when you're doing your hair flips and choreography. I do use 2 different hairsprays, one for this and then one for when I brush it out. One of them's a light hold and the other is a heavy hold, so I feel like the light hold is more just to keep any flyaways at bay or frizz. Since I do have naturally curly hair, I feel like my hair is more likely to get frizzy when I get sweaty or when it's really humid out. And then I like the heavy control hairspray just to keep the curl style held. So this is what my curls look like before I brush them out, and then I'll leave them like this until after I'm done with my makeup. So it's gonna set for at least 30 minutes like this.
This is my favorite blush combo right now. This is the Unreal Blush Healthy Glow Stick by Charlotte Tilbury, and I love this red color, and I always put it on the back of my hand first, and I mix it with this pink one. I just like the look of them both together. And then I mix it on my hand, and then I just focus it on my cheek. Rosy cheeks like Santa.
I'm gonna start with my eyes first, and then I'll do my base next. My boyfriend hates when I get ready at his place because I take up the entire bathroom. I feel like for all the times we've had our makeup done for video shoots or cameos or even just live performances, all the makeup artists I've noticed have always started with my eyes. And so I just started doing that because that's what they did. I'm like, they're professionals. They know a thing or two about it.
I think a lot of the trial and error is kind of figuring out what your specific face needs. Like I feel like I have a smaller eye, so I like to, when I do my eye makeup, I like to make my eyes look a lot more exaggerated and bigger. And I like to focus on my cheekbones because I feel like I have higher cheekbones, so I try to really accentuate even more. And I specifically like to do my eye a certain way to make my eyes look a lot bigger. I know some people contour this part of their nose, but I actually like to just lighten it up as I think it makes my eyes look further apart. Okay, and then I also do a lot under eyes with my eyeshadow because I feel like that really opens my eyes a lot too. And then for me, probably the biggest impact of my makeup is using a eyelash. This one's main character. It says it's faux mink effect. I do black eyelash glue, which can be risky, but I do eyelashes every single day, so I gotten pretty good at it. And I feel like it makes my lash line just look fuller and deeper and darker, and it just photographs better. And one trick I have is if you are really bad at doing your eyelashes, they have eyelash glue in liner form. So you can put eyeliner on, and then I also put, if you're really bad at it, put a clear one. And then when you put them on together, they're both wanting to stick to each other. And then also just letting them be really, really tacky before putting them on so you can place them right in the spot and they won't move around.
Kylie, I need you to repeat that.
Have you used the eyelash glue eyeliner from Kiss?
No, I haven't. I did in college and I couldn't figure out how to do it, so I just stopped using it.
I feel like it's kind of hard to use it just on its own because it's not like enough glue. But if you use it with glue, it like melts together.
Oh. Yeah. See, I was just using the liner.
Okay, yeah. McKenna and I were just in New York together for multiple appearances for Giving Tuesday, which was actually really fun.
And we were roommates.
I know. I feel like I get to hang out with you so much.
We've been getting ready together all week.
Really.
I feel like a lot of us are roommates.
I think Soph and I are the only ones that live together.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I feel like it used to be more common for girls to live together. But now I feel like we're so busy, sometimes you just need your own space. But a lot of girls are married or have long-term serious boyfriends or are engaged, so they'll live with their significant others too.
Now I'm gonna use a super bright highlighter on the inner. I really only do this for Christmas show because I think it looks like snow. And then I go just a little bit up, but not really for capes.
I feel like a lot of girls do maybe like a fun red lip or something. For the holidays, that's something a little bit different that girls will do. So when I do my like holiday lip, I always start with brown liner on the outside. I would never wear a red lip like this unless it's a Cowboys Christmas Extravaganza, but not on game day. Okay, now that my makeup's done, I'm just gonna go ahead and brush out my curls. And I don't know what this brush is called, but I really like it because it makes my hair really smooth and all the curls really smooth. And you don't have any like coily curls coming together. This is where the light hairspray comes in, and then you spray away any flyaways.
We can't really do gloss when we perform because it'll get in your hair. So I leave this on, let it kind of hydrate, and then once it kind of dries down, to make it look like I have gloss on, I will take just a little bit of highlighter. Oh, okay, that was a lot. That was a lot of it. I can rub it in just a little bit, and then it photographs like a gloss. Okay, and this is my final glam for the Cowboys Christmas Extravaganza.
This is my final look for our Cowboys Christmas Extravaganza. Now that I'm all ready with my hair and makeup, I'm gonna prep my costumes. So we have little boxes and we take them under the tree or backstage where the girls that dance on stage go. And we'll have 3 different costume changes. You wanna make sure your electric cowgirl costume is plugged in because that lights up. Then we have our Santa baby, which is our classic Santa costume, and that's kind of the grand finale of the show. But we start the show in our uniforms. That will come first, and that first dance is called Thunder Halls, and it's kind of just like a Christmas version of Thunder, which is really fun.
I am Michelle Sharp, and my role with the Dallas Cowboys Cheerleaders is Team Operations Coordinator. We're in our 9th season of the Christmas show, and it was the brainchild of our illustrious director, Kelly Finglass. She always wanted a spectacular Rockette-style show. I helped them with their wardrobe for the show. They have 2 quick costume changes. They begin the show in their Dallas Cowboys Cheerleaders uniform. Then the cast of 22 will all go into the huge Christmas tree for their very first quick change. They change into their electric cowgirl outfit. It has been quite the project keeping 22 ladies with all of those costume pieces lit, but it is fun. It's a challenge. Once the ladies arrive, I already have all of their costumes plugged in on a charger with a good old USB port. They will pack their boxes. The boxes go downstairs at 5:15. They have a hard call time of those boxes being packed and ready at 5:10. I have to use my teacher voice sometimes to get them focused, but that's just part of the fun.
What is your favorite number?
Mine is Jingle Bells.
Oh my god.
We wear this little Santa baby costume is what we call it. It's like fur and just all the holiday magic in one outfit. I love it. It's really holly jolly and so much fun.
Because you said Jingle Bells, I would also say that's my favorite, but we have light up costumes, which are literally specifically tailored to kind of like be DCC uniform, but light up. So you look like little Christmas lights, and that one number is really fun. It's also long, but it's really fun.
And we call it Electric Cowgirl,
Which
and
is
it's actually right
sick.
here.
Yeah.
And there's lights throughout this entire thing. Yeah, will it turn on? Yeah. And they turn off all the lights in the area that we perform, and so we're the only thing lit up, and it's just so magical and fun and really, really cute.
What would you say is the hardest part of the Christmas performance?
I would say starting off with Thunder Halls makes the whole thing harder because that's our hardest piece of choreography that we probably have in our entire regimen. So I would say Thunder Halls is the hardest.
I think starting it off with Thunder Halls and ending Thunder Halls with a full kick line and jump split, and then we pretty much hop up right after the jump split, turn around, get up, and run to the next thing. Electric Cowgirl is the hardest because you just have to try so hard to make it look really, really sharp because everything's so heavy.
And because it's dark, so people can't see your expressions as much, and I feel like that really amps up the performance factor. So when it's dark and you just have all of this to get everyone excited, you definitely have to put in a lot more effort to that one. Compartmentalization is your best friend this time of year. Like, I don't think of regular Thunder, I don't think of my regular spot, I don't think of my regular forms. Even Baby I'm Star, you just push it out of your brain and you say that's gonna be game day's problem or rehearsal problem, and then you come here and we actually do a full run through before the show just to make sure you remember all your parts. But for me, I have to be like, Thunder doesn't exist, it's only Thunder Halls today. I would say November is our busiest month maybe of the entire football season because Thanksgiving performance, we start Christmas shows.
And other games. And then honestly, when it gets to be November and December, it's less practice and more just performances. Like we have put in the work throughout the beginning of the season, you know, learning all those routines, and we learn Christmas in September.
Yeah, maybe October. Yeah.
And so we're ready so far in advance so that when we get to our super busy season, which is November and December, and we just have not just rehearsals every day, but performances every day, we're ready and we can pull those things from the back of our brains and we're ready for it. So
true.
But this year there's 2 casts on the field. Kenna's our point for Christmas field, and she kills it every time, and she looks so good down there.
I'm blushing. Yes, this is the last show for current field cast. And so this is kind of like our halfway point. This show will kind of push us into the latter half of Christmas shows. So next week, I don't know if we're gonna have a full dress rehearsal, but we'll switch field casts, and girls have been understudying this whole time. So then they'll pull in, and then the girls who aren't in full cast this time will be Santa's helpers, where they walk Santa out, kind of a magical thing. Here comes Santa Claus. The kids love it. They scream their heads off. It's adorable. This will be a special show because it's our last first cast.
dates from the Christmas show is most into skincare?
I'm gonna say Kennedy. She is a big skincare girly.
Probably Sophie. She is very regimented about it. She's right here. She's my best friend. So we go home and we live together. So we go home and she's the first to just take off her full glam and do a full skincare routine. I need to learn something from her.
Who is most likely to give the best beauty tips?
Best beauty tips has to go to Kylie for sure, or Sophie.
Megan is a makeup artist, so she actually gives us a lot of tips, but also Soph. Soph is probably one of the best at makeup.
Takes the longest to get ready.
Carly. Easy.
Carly.
Who could be a hairstylist on the group?
I'm trying to think of another name, but also Carly. She's really good at hair.
Who'd you say?
I said Carly.
Yeah.
She teases everybody's hair.
She does tease everyone's hair. Allison has the best hair. Yeah, actually, Allison.
Yay.
Cut.